The pure delight of searching for materials and brewing up something new with them can be fun on its own. Set in a grim fairy tale, Wytchwood is much more than it would first appear. So let's jump into the cauldron together and see what Alientrap have brewed up with Wytchwood. The story begins with you, the witch, being woken up by a goat. Oops, wrong goat. But I'm sure it would have sounded exactly like that. Anyway, apparently you've made a deal with this goat and you learn that you will need to collect multiple souls of different creatures in order to complete your side of the deal. Even though your memory and recollection of this actual deal are a little questionable and a little hazy. Each individual story for each soul you need to collect is incredible. I was invested in each one, but I won't spoil it as it is best experienced yourself. Wytchwood is an adventure game that will have you traversing the different areas of the world and creating spells in your grimoire to complete the quests given to you by the goat. You will be crafting continuously as pretty much every object you encounter on the map will require certain spells or objects to be used in order to gain the materials from it. Also, in your grimoire, you can check where to find any materials, so it makes it a breeze if you're missing a certain material but cannot remember where to find it. The materials themselves have a glow around them as you walk close, meaning you won't miss anything that is able to be interacted with. At times, the collection of materials is gruesome, and yet it still has that sweet fairy tale charm. It is quite conflicting and does remind you of the grim undertones sprinkled throughout the story. I was surprised by how much depth was involved in completing each of the main quests. They will have you completing several smaller tasks that involve more minor spell concoctions all the way to creating spells that require several or more complex regions to complete. Now, the gameplay itself may be a little too simple and repetitive for some, so keep this in mind when considering picking this up. But for those wanting a cozy game, it is perfect. Plus, the natural and addicting progression system in Wytchwood makes it a treat to play. Navigating each area is simple and it is helped by the map functionality. You can also travel to different areas via portals. These portals are unlocked once you find them in each area. Now, Wytchwood does have a minor survival element in which you have 3 hearts. Not all things on the map will harm you, and if they actually do harm your character gets a small speed boost to help you run away. Also, the first spell you learn is how to craft a healing potion, which has a very readily found materials in the forest, so you won't ever have to worry about dying. And unless you deliberately try to lose all your lives, it would be rather difficult to do so in Wytchwood. Finally, I played Wytchwood on a PS5 and had 0 performance issues during my playthrough. The audio is delicate, with the ambient sounds taking a key role. All the sounds vary in each area. For example, the farm has humming farmers and grasshoppers hopping, whilst the market area has an ever-present bustling sound. It is all very intricately built out and is a delight to listen to. There is no voice acting in Wytchwood, just an occasional mumble or sound. I didn't think this was a negative as it allows you to stay fully immersed in the game, but do note you will be doing a bit of reading to get the complete story. Wytchwood has a lovely storybook art style that I adored. From the autumn-tinged farms to the dark and mysterious graveyard areas, each area was brimming with its own personality. You can see the care and detail that went into the art, and it comes together to create a feeling of being inside a storybook. Wytchwood is a perfect collectathon with a charmingly dark story that will put a spell on many players. Whilst the game is painted in such a pretty light, there are always moments and elements that remind you of the darkness hiding in the world. Even so, Wytchwood is perfectly at home in the cozy gaming world, allowing anybody to unwind and relax by collecting souls in this gothic world of fairy tales. Thanks for watching. If you did make it to the end and enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.